is afraid of bees?
Me?
This book is dedicated to my sons who teach me what it means to be fearless. When a bee and a flower love each other very much, a fruit is born. Remember, we learned about this yesterday. The flower makes a sticky yellow substance called pollen. And as the bee drinks the flower's nectar, she gets pollen all over her body. And then the bee moves the pollen from one flower to another. And then we wait, and we wait. And presto! The flower turns into a fruit you can eat. This is called pollination. We would be very hungry without the bees. They help vegetables and nuts grow too. Thank you, bees. Here's the thing about bees.
Oh no.
Sometimes bees can be a bit rude. They fly in your face, and they prance on your food, and they buzz on the bushes, and they buzz in your ear, and they sneak up behind you, and sometimes fill you with fear. And worst of all, they do this thing called sting. Ouch! And we may want bees to go away because their sting hurts. But if they were all gone, it would hurt worse. Without bees, there would be no picnics with watermelon. There would be no smoothies with mangoes. There would be no more strawberries for shortcakes and no more avocados for tacos. There would be no apples with which we make pie. No more cucumbers, which means
Like
no
this
more,
cucumber?
which means no more pickles. No more blueberries and raspberries for pancakes or sweet cherries to drizzle. Because some foods won't grow without bees to help them along. In a way, the bees are just like you. You buzz in the bushes and buzz in my ear. You sneak up behind me and fill me with fear sometimes. You fly in my face and prance on my food, and you even sting when you're in a bad mood. But I never stop loving you. Oops. Sorry guys, the book is not cooperating. You're my sweet cherry, the apple of my eye. You're my cucumber pickle, my bumblebee in the sky. You're my cold watermelon at a picnic in the park. You're the avocados on my tacos. You're my strawberry heart. Without those little buzzers, the world wouldn't know what to do. That's the thing about bees. We need them just as much as we need you. Now, this is a letter from the man who wrote the book. His name is Shabazz. I have a lot to learn from bees. I wrote this book because I have a terrible fear of bees. When my sons were born, I didn't want to pass that fear on to them. I didn't want them to be afraid of bees too. So I set out to discover everything I could about the little buzzers. I learned 3 things about bees. First, I learned that every living creature has a special part to play in this world, and that includes you, and you, and you. Second, when I learn more about a scary thing, it makes me feel less scary. And third, I researched which bees and wasps are kind and which are kind of mean. I made a guide to help you see the difference too. It's brave to try to understand things that scare us. Now, go be brave. Love, Shabazz. And look in here, he tells us how to try not to get stung by some of these bees. So, it says that if there is a bumblebee, you shouldn't be afraid because they're the friendliest of bees. And even though they can sting you, they usually ignore you. And they nest on the ground and they make honey. And they're very fuzzy. And they're an excellent pollinator, just like you guys were yesterday. A carpenter bee is a harmless bee. They can't hurt you. They don't sting. They make nests in wood. And they're a great pollinator. And they have a furry jacket.
But
So, this says everything you need to know about how not to get stung, Kayla. And it says the first thing is, stay calm and be still. The second thing it says, ignore the bees. If they're flying around, they're not trying to land on you because they're not very good at it.
But yesterday,
Avoid carrying things that they like. So if you have a big, huge strawberry in your hand, or a tomato, or a mango, and you're walking outside, the bee might want to come and get it. So is that something we should have in our hand when we're outside? Probably not.
maybe yes.
Never swat at the bees and go like this because that's when they sting you. Don't forget, bees don't want to sting you because they're too busy going around collecting pollen. Wear shoes because some bees like to live in the grass.
I don't see a sting on that.
And wear a hat if you don't like bees so that they don't like your hair. And tell, if you do get stung, you have to come tell one of us, Miss Bryn or Miss Chris. If we
What
don't
about
see it.
mommy or daddy?
Or mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa or whoever is an adult around you. Okay?
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna
when
tell
we
me.
see a bee, should we go,
No.
is that a good way not to get stung by a bee?
No.
What we need to do is make sure that we stay calm, and we stay very still.
And do this.
And then the bee will figure out that they can't find any pollen on us because we don't have anything. Unless we have a mango in our hand or a strawberry, then they might because they want to bite that, not us. Okay, so
we should-
hang on just 1 second, Mr. Monroe. Because we're going to let our Junior K friends at home go. Bye, Junior K friends. Remember I gave you how to make a hive yesterday? See if you can do that. And take some pictures and send it to us because we've been making hives here at school. Bye, Junior K.